All right. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry for the late start today. We are about to get started with the Tetris Block Party Party Night, featuring Tetris Effect connected teams, Tetris.com, and Tetris Mobile, which is actually going to be quite a bit of fun here because of the players we have to showcase tonight, which I believe is still a little bit of a surprise. But I am joined by none other than Chris Tang. How are you doing, Chris?
Boom, block party for you. Thanks again for having me on. I know you've had a lot of challenges, like multiple platforms and really different versions of games that aren't typically streamed in any fashion. I think this is a first for a lot of these things. I mean, it's not like people have any kind of ecosystem to jump on and put their mobile game on stream.
Exactly. Yes.
So it's experimental, and maybe people will tune in, maybe they'll check it out, maybe they'll see a VOD and say, hey, maybe that's something that I'd like to do too. Get some non-standard version of Tetris that no one's ever seen before, and get something going with that.
Yeah, it should be a bit of fun here. Tetris Mobile is certainly a fairly casual platform, but we have some top dog players. Maybe we can tease it for later. Or you know what? Let's just go ahead and announce it just to get people excited. We're going to have Wumbo versus Super Shocky. So anyone that's familiar with Tetris Mobile and the Tetris Primetime, there used to be like a game show, Chris, where players could win prizes if you're familiar. And these two players dominated Tetris Primetime. I like to call it the Tetris Stimulus Package era. So thank you to Play Studios for hosting that slew of events. But yeah, we're going to check out a special versus build of the Tetris mobile app, and both Wumbo and Super Shocky will be playing off their phones. So it should be fun to watch because playing on your phone is a bit of a challenge as well, just getting used to the getting acclimated to the touch controls and whatnot. It's easier said than done, depending on how your Tetris brain is wired. But yes, other than that, we are going to also be playing Tetris.com. I'll be showcasing there's a special Tetris Block Party skin of Tetris.com currently. If you head to Tetris.com/block party, you can play along with us, share your scores here in the chat, talk about the game. It's actually a pretty fun version of Marathon, as if you are a top player, you can kind of turn up the speed with some uncapped settings. We'll explain that further once we have it up here, and it's just a good way to chill out and play some Tetris. But first and foremost, or maybe not foremost, depending on where you come from, but I work at Enhanced and I see a lot of Tetris Effect connected. And it'd be great to showcase the team game modes. So we're going to be playing Connected Co-op and Connected Versus, which will be a lot of fun. I know, Chris, you are probably a little less familiar with those modes, but you are in good company and can ask me
a little less
questions.
Familiar, but super curious. And I'm going to start streaming on Twitch again soon, so this is exactly the sort of thing that I'd like to check out and see what angle of attack I'm going to have when I start playing Tetris Effect Connected again. So looking forward to it.
Okay, and before we get started, I just want to remind people we are going to be giving away some copies of Tetris Effect Connected tonight. Type Block Party in the chat for your chance to win a code for the platform of your choice. That is Block Party, one word. So here we do a giveaway. If you already own the game, by the way, I think that text is wrong. Needs updated. But yes, we're giving away a copy of Tetris Effect Connected. Type in Block Party in the chat, and if you already own the game, which I know a lot of our diehard classic Tetris fans here do own the game for that classic score attack. Yeah, you can give it away to a friend, a family member, etc.
Yep, get your friends in on it and have more people to play with.
Also, welcome in Mr. Phoenix on YouTube. We did, in fact, just start, and we're going to hop into some Tetris Effect connected teams. And the co-op is, I don't know, this, in my opinion, feels like one of the main, or at least one of the most unique modes of Tetris that is available on Tetris Effect Connected with 3v AI. So teams work together against some bosses as you progress, the more difficult the bosses become. And then you can also do 3v1 versus, which is enabled on Saturdays, where you can play against other players as the boss. So we're about to get into that. Before we do that, we also want to give a shout out to Facer, who is, so I am a little less familiar. I'm going to be very honest here, a little less familiar with the smartwatch scene. I don't have a smartwatch, but if you are familiar with Facer, they are gracious enough to give some free premium codes for Tetris watch faces. If you type in !Facer in the chat, if you own a smartwatch, definitely give it a visit. I believe there's a coupon code for Tetris 40th at the checkout, and you can get it for free. So first come, first served. I think there is a limited number of codes for that. I think me and Chris were talking about it.
Yeah, first 10 people to use it will get the free premium yearly pass. But it's not just for the Tetris faces. I think they have just all kinds of faces for your smartwatch.
Yeah.
And because Tetris is one of the premium faces that are available, there are actually many Tetris faces. They all look amazing. You can have like a Game Boy styled one. You can have a modern styled one. You can have one with some nice neon Tetris logos. And if you get the premium code and it's free for a year, then you get to choose any of those and any of the other faces that they have. So that's a really good deal. If I had a smartwatch, and actually it's making me want to get a smartwatch just so I can check this out and take advantage of it. But I'm going to let you all, the first 10 people to get that code and use it, Tetris 40th at Facer.io. You'll get the year of premium, and you can check that out if you have a smartwatch.
All right. And yeah, we are celebrating 40 years of Tetris, and I see this big Tetris logo. So shout out to the Tetris official for even bringing all these games together for this 3-weekend hangout of tournaments and party nights. And I think we want to see more of that in the future, right, Chris? So.
Oh, absolutely. So now I think about it, it's like there's so many versions of Tetris that I'm not an expert at, and the method of showcasing it, the very concept that Tetris company had to have these block parties and show all versions of Tetris, whether it's mobile or even the .com, the consoles, even things like, I never thought I'd see, the Eureka Grandmaster games showcased, but here we are in the year 2024, and you can now play it on console. So I'm happy to have lived as long as I have to be able to see this happen.
Okay, I think our players are hopping into this Teams lobby as soon as they're ready. Looks like they are all just about to ready up, right on time here. Right on cue. Perfect. So, yes, Chris, we're going to talk about the connected co-op mode available. Oh, I think we have some music playing. Make sure that's not doubling up. There we go. Also, it should be showing properly for you. Okay. Yes, so we are getting started. This is Area 1 of the Connected Co-op available on Tetris Effect Connected. A very well-loved mode here in our Tetris community because you get to play with your friends, Chris. And also, if you are a new player and having trouble clearing stages, we have this happen a lot in our official community Discord at discord.gg/enhance, where you can find the pros are always hopping into these new player lobbies and trying to get them all their area clears for the unlocks they need and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And part of the magic of this is, as you see, when players enter the zone phase, their boards are mixed together here, so you can kind of cooperate in a certain way that you may not be able to in other Tetris games.
Right, like you can see what your partners have, next, and maybe build like a Tetris well or something if they've got a long bar in the next box or something like that. That's pretty cool. 12 zone here, and let's see what it does to that boss. Boss seems to be kind of slow today.
Yeah, so this is actually the very first area, and we are going to turn on something that's called it's a Maniac modifier in friend lobbies, where you can actually amplify the power of the boss. So we're going to have some players playing against very difficult AI later on here, but we're starting off casual here, Chris. Mm-hmm. And these players so far are definitely crushing it with that massive attack. That's definitely a bigger attack than usual.
Yeah, I did see the players were trying to get as much material up there as possible before hitting zone, so that they could start off with a lot more lines built up.
Mm-hmm. So, this boss, it doesn't feel like a boss. It feels like our team is bullying the the poor AI currently. But yeah, definitely showing off and showing that they are quite skilled here in Tetris. So yeah, maybe I can explain some of the mechanics. It can be a lot to digest at first because it is a fairly unique Tetris mode, right? So you can see this meter around all three players' avatars decreasing. In order to get into this team phase to begin with, you have to charge your meter, and then that meter depletes. So if that meter does deplete while players are in this phase, it will actually bring them out of it. So players are going to want to clear as many lines for an attack bonus to send to the boss before that meter runs out. And the boss, meanwhile, even though our poor AI here is playing at turtle speed, is going to want to clear some Tetrises and T-spins to block these incoming attacks. Looks like there is one defense orb circling the boss right now, so you can kind of get a slight idea. There's going to be more orbs when players score more Tetrises. But, all right, this boss is more than topped out, double topped out.
Oh, well, it is good to see, how it's going to amplify, as you said, when you do the modifier. So that's a low difficulty boss there, and we'll see how that changes.
So Salil, by the way, is a community member that I want to shout out because you know what's interesting about them? They don't play any ranked gameplay, but they play in all our community events. So it, I don't know how to put it, but someone that just wants to play with people and have fun and isn't going to be bound to all the competitive aspects of Tetris. But with that being said, they are very skilled, right? You can see how fast they're moving here.
Yeah. There are players like that. I mean, I was probably like that on Street Fighter. I wouldn't play ranked, but I would just destroy people in the lobby because I had more fun doing it that way. But yeah, this cooperative mode is something that I've wanted for Tetris for a very long time, and be able to combine all the new elements, like the zone, and have bosses, and really take advantage of everything that modern Tetris has, and modern internet even has now that maybe it didn't exist back when I thought it should be. I thought it was something that should be done.
Yeah,
I love to see it. And this game's been around for a few years, so the more people find out about it, the more people will get into it and play and explore the modes.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Because this game mode in particular is such a new concept, right? There wasn't really tournaments or any big events for it starting out because not so much competitive. People were still figuring it out, and in a way, it is. I mean, it is party night, but it feels like a party mode when you play it, even in ranked matchmaking, right? Because of the volatility and the randomness of the attacks and whatnot. But with that being said, we did our first public tournament for the last Tetris Effect Connected World Championship for teams, where teams can sign up, and that was one of my favorite competitive experiences to date, just because there's something about playing on a team where it's not just for you and you're having fun with your teammates in chat and stuff like that. And I think we had a great turnout, and it seemed to be one of the most positive experiences we had tournament wise.
Yeah, I'm seeing that dynamic happen a lot. Even in classic Tetris, a lot of the younger players, they don't just play alone. They'll actually be on the mic and just be yakking away with their friends, and they play better when they're doing that. And sometimes, they'll make their world record, in that environment.
Yeah.
So having that extend to different versions of Tetris and getting kind of like a party team theme going on, it's something that wasn't possible, back, in the old days of classic Tetris. But now that we've got the technology, why not use it and create game modes that make the most of it? And that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah. For a lot of players, especially players that found this game during COVID, for example, I think they just got used to hanging out in these online communities and just never left, right? So it's still a third place for them. So it is cool to see, and there might be lowered anxiety when you're playing with your friends, and that's just probably the way they practice too. So they compete with how they practice. So.
Yeah, lately I've been a bit of a lone wolf, but this is actually making me think okay, maybe I should, start playing with people, get on the mic, do more social interactions with my gaming. The the game that I play a lot now is Helldivers 2,
Ooh,
and I
that
only
game.
play solo. I only play solo.
Really?
I play solo on the hardest difficulty, and I just wreck like the entire map myself because that's the kind of player I am. Because I hear horror stories like, hosts will like kick people and then like you lose all your loot and stuff like that. So that's a game design problem, and I'm sure Tetris has no such problems. Like Enhance is like really good at creating rule sets that encourage play rather than discourage. So that's a game design thing that I have faith that if I were to play with other people on Tetris Effect Connected, that wouldn't have problems like that. But sort of as a preventive measure, I've been playing solo on some games where I see a lot of unhappy people when they don't play solo.
Yeah. Depending on the kind of person you are, there is definitely a certain dynamic there. Also, I was also staring at our AI who had sometimes the AI trips up on certain things, and it could be funny to watch, and sometimes it's brilliant, right? It was broken on the idea of a square tuck there, but at the same time, the AI will sometimes do like some T-spin setups or weird setups that I would have never thought of doing myself, right? So it can always be funny to watch.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, the AI is so good in that game. I mean, I don't even know how they pulled it off. And to be able to allow it to ramp up to so many different situations and for so many different game modes. But yeah, it is interesting, and you can learn new things from watching a good Tetris AI.
Yeah, especially so when you hop into, say you're practicing for the Zone Battle tournament tomorrow. Oh my god, that AI got destroyed. But we're going to see some very difficult AI as well tonight. We're going to see the other end of the this is like as easy as it gets, the intro level, and we're going to show off some of the harder levels too. But what was I going with? So if you want to practice Zone Battle, definitely hop into like a local lobby and hit and turn up that AI to Grandmaster level if you're looking for a challenge and looking for some practice. And it may destroy you if you are new to the game, but do not fret. It is the AI was designed by some very intelligent Tetris players as well. So
yeah, you could tell. So I have a weird question that maybe hasn't been asked before. Are there any players that set up multiple accounts and actually play 3 fields at once?
Oh, I believe some people have done that just for because there's like the ultimate tris when you get 20 lines cleared in this zone phase, right? Some players will try to go for like super high zone clears and stuff like that, and I guess if they're just trying to lab things out, they might do it solo, right? Of course, players like to lab things out together, but I think I can think of a few instances where people have been diehard enough to do that. Yeah, good question. Also, these purple magic Minos have a cascade effect, so if there's any any mistakes that you made in your board, you can kind of use that to clear it up. Fortunately, these players are playing super clean, so you're not going to have to see that come into play just yet. But at the top here, if you're going for a big zone, you might see like players place that magic Mino in a place where they normally wouldn't place it. But all right, 16 lines cleared. It is worth mentioning that getting a 20 line clear or even a 21 line clear curb tris in team connected is very hard and takes some coordination.
Yeah, I mean, even I'm looking at that and I'm like, if that was a 16, then how do you even get 20?
Okay, so after this, we're going to move on to our next group. We're going to try to get as many players featured tonight as we can.
Get the harder AI to show off.
Yeah, and we'll also show off the versus aspect, so we can have players play the boss. And that's when you get the true final bosses, right? When you get the sprint masters or whoever may be playing as a boss.
Are there any high-level players that are like people get excited about being able to challenge?
Yes, for sure. I think so first, the final boss that comes to my mind is like players like a Jaden or Dormy, Akashi Robo, players that can just play super fast. Something to note about this in particular is that it's a one-piece preview, right? So to play fast in this, you have to have a really good instinctual feel of the game because you don't. Really good players are going to utilize like looking at the next 3 to 4 pieces. Ooh, the AI just had a perfect clear, by the way, and that just goes to show that sometimes AI it's amazing. Other times it looks like it's never played Tetris before. But anyways, that just threw me off my train of thought completely. I was not ready for that. Yes, there certainly are final bosses in the community.
That's cool.
Or even a green tea may strike fear for some, right? He was still very
Does he
strong.
show up from time to time? And
yeah, green tea actually participated in our. We did a Tetris 40th special showcases in the month of June to celebrate the Tetris 40th anniversary. And green tea did play boss one night, and I believe it was like a 20-minute match between green tea as the boss and some very skilled players in the community. So that was a lot of fun to watch.
that is cool.
I believe it's actually on the Classic Tetris YouTube in a VOD if you are interested in checking that out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, green tea is a fan favorite, no matter what version.
Yeah, we had Team Enhance versus the World, and I was fortunate enough to have green tea as my teammate to help
Nice.
out. And yeah, I see we have people asking questions in the chat. There definitely are some high-level team players here in the chat. If you're trying to, pick apart what exactly is happening, yeah, because there is a lot to pick up on here if you haven't sat down and played it yourself. If you're looking to try it out, we are doing a giveaway for some copies of Tetris Effect Connected tonight. So type in Block Party in the chat for your chance to win. And we will be giving those out here in about 30 minutes, and then one at the end of the stream as well.
Oh, I might have given some people some ideas. It's like, oh, use a code to make another account to play 3 fields at once.
Yeah, there you go.
I have, well, I wonder if I can, because I have it on, like Epic, and I have it on Steam, and I have it on PS4.
It's on
so
everything.
I can already do that if I wanted to do that, just on different consoles. I also have a really cool 4K monitor that does quad 1080p. So I can actually split screen it like four ways, like perfectly already.
That reminds me, last week, Chris, I don't know if you saw this, but we had a player in Tetris Grandmaster for the showcase. They were playing the doubles mode, which usually locally need to have 2 people for, and they were trying to play it both players. And
yeah, that's stuff like that. That really impresses me.
One thing I love about this game, Chris, is the music, especially the Connected Teams music. It has like a certain intensity to it that I just love. Like Area 2 is we're currently on Area 2, kind of like the red bosses here. Currently Scorpio as a scorpion, but and yeah, one thing I guess we haven't talked about yet is that every boss in this game has its own like flair and signature attack. So when the boss attacks you in as a Scorpio or as a scorpion, they have a chance to give you the fast blitz, which makes for really fast gravity, and as that levels up, it becomes like super high level, like master level speeds, right? So even the best players can get tripped up by it. Overstack there, and GG's. I think that'll be it for this group, and we're gonna maybe see some harder AI. And maybe do a little more play-by-play, as this has been fairly casual so far for the team. Seems to not have any issue.
Well, we got to see the boss get bullied, and now we will hopefully get to see some of the opposite of that coming up.
Salil is the one player that... Okay, yes. I think Salil... Oh, no! They all hit already. I thought Salil might have... I'm going to have to kill this lobby, I think, or have him top out. But while we do that... we could show our schedule for today, or I guess for our final weekend, and just a shout out to our past games as well, right? Because we've had NES Tetris, Game Boy Tetris, Tetris Grandmaster, Puyo Puyo Tetris, all the Tetris you could handle, Chris, and it's been a blast to showcase all of these games.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I thought there was one more week, but I guess this is the last one, huh?
Yeah, and we're gonna have last but not least a very stacked Tetris Effect connected zone battle tournament tomorrow. So registration is still open for that.
Cool.
Head to start.gg/Tetris if you're looking to compete. You'll be placed in brackets according to your skill level, right? So don't worry, you're not going to be playing the gods of the community if you're a casual player. Yeah, we can hang out, have fun. Or if you are that competitive player, you can suit up, get ready, and bring your best game, put on your game face, and dominate, right? Depending on who you are. But we
And
can,
there's still a prize. There's still a prize pool for that too, right?
yes, up to $500 for grabs tomorrow.
Right.
So, the story so far, you had the chance to commentate the classic Tetris with me, right?
That's right.
Remember Sake Gohan, who I was letting you know is a menace in the other games. Took home the Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 championship, and they have a strong chance of taking home the Zone Battle championship.
Yeah, if they're a modern player, then why not farm the block party?
So that means they're only in middle school, and they've gotten top 4 and may accept a bunch of prizes here from our block party. So shout out to Kashi Robo, aka Sake Gohan, for participating, and this is their first major competition, and it's just super cool to see. I'm certainly excited about it. I've known this player and have never had the chance. I play a lot of Tetris, Chris, but I've never beaten them in Zone Battle. I've taken off a few rounds here and there, but they are certainly the final boss of the Zone Battle, so looking forward to seeing how they do tomorrow.
Nice.
But I think, okay, we need a big new lobby here. One player did not get the memo and is still playing here, so sorry. I'm going to have to reboot the game. And yeah, we're going to hop into our next group. So there's something in Tetris Effect connected lobbies when you're playing with friends that you can enable. It's called the Maniac mod, Chris. And what that does is it really amplifies the power of the boss. So we're going to hop into the final area, typically of Connected, which is called Area 5, and play against the Tetramidian with that Maniac mod enabled. And this is super difficult to the point where we have like a specific achievement and role and acknowledge all the players that have beaten Area 5 with Maniac mod enabled. So we may not see it clear tonight, but we actually have a fairly skilled lobby as well. So we'll be rooting for them here.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it more interesting. You don't know what's going to happen.
All right, so just getting this lobby rebooted. And then following Connected, we're going to hop into Connected Versus and try having players try out playing as the boss against teams, and then hop into Tetris.com. Which I'm actually kind of excited for because I don't get the chance to showcase that too often, like you mentioned earlier. So
I don't think it's ever happened, really. I mean, there's no structure for it, but just like how we got Nest Tetris players playing across Twitch streams, we'll make it work somehow, right? And it could get something started. I also didn't know that you could stream your games just using the Discord app on your phone. So that's another. There's all sorts of different ways that new technology comes along, and you can create a competitive format.
All right, look, our lobby is ready for the players here, and once they hop in here, we will get started. So I sold Kingsman on Teams a few weeks back, Chris. So maybe we can get a team lobby together sometime with you, me, and Kingsman taking down the AI or the final bosses of the community. Maybe I can rip in.
Well, we'll start with the AI. I don't want to embarrass everyone too badly until I get up to speed.
And while we are waiting, just a final reminder. Type in Block Party in the chat for your chance to win a copy of Tetris Effect Connected on tonight's stream, and we will be giving that away tonight. So if you're looking for a copy, whether you're playing on your PlayStation, Steam, your Switch, we have a game code for you. So Tetris Effect Connected is pretty much available everywhere, Chris, right? It is cross-platform. So if you have friends on Steam and you play on the Switch, that will not be a problem.
Yeah, I remember. I think at some point someone said it was on Amazon Luna. I'm like, wait, people play stuff on that?
Yeah, you can play it on your Chromebook. I guess I don't know if you can play Amazon Luna super easily on your phone, but I would love to see somebody trying to play a Tetris Effect connected on their phone. Yes, Block Party, one word. Plasma EXE has the right idea. All right, so this is Area 5, aka Tetramidian. And something about this boss is, you know how I mentioned every boss has signature attacks, right? You can kind of predict what's going to be coming up. Like, I need to know how to deal with fast speed, maybe a board like twist or invert, like some kind of moving my pieces, right? The scary part about Tetramidian is the blitzes are random. So you don't know what attack's going to hit you. So there could be a very deadly combination of attacks that you will not find on any other area.
So does it do other attacks that the other bosses do, like all of them?
Yes, exactly.
Like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat?
That is a perfect analogy, right? Yes. What is it?
Cool.
Noob Saibot, maybe in Mortal Kombat 3, something like that. But yeah. So it's like it encompasses all the blitzes, and some of the attack chains can be brutal. Some can be easier than others, but yeah, I'll note some of the other key points that are unique to the Tetramidian, such as you know how when a boss tops out, typically we move on to the next boss. Tetramidian has 3 phases. And that third phase is by far the hardest phase, because so you see the players charging their zone meter around their avatars, right, which just fully charged. Phase 3 takes much longer, and the attacks are much more frequent, right? So that's typically where our top players are going to find themselves topping out.
Okay, so they've got zone now. Let's see what happens here.
And yeah, our AI is a little faster this time around. Looks like it is stacking a bit funky, but surely it has a plan, right? Sometimes it has a magic plan.
Yeah, that's what I was like, okay, I'm not sure what it's doing, but given... I mean, it's certainly not slow. It's doing something. Maybe it's waiting for the attack, and we'll have something prepared. And you're right, I see, there's 4 defense orbs, so...
Yeah, players stacking pretty high here. We'll see if we can see an Ultimatris or even a Curbtris tonight in teams, which is pretty hard to pull off. Utilizing that Match Camino to kind of keep it even there. All right, pretty nice, though. 18, 112 attack. Yeah, that's like a fairly standard area, so like getting the AI 1/3 of the way up the board. If you have a stronger attack, maybe it'll be more like around halfway, right? But all right, so players now having to deal with that fast blitz, and these blitzes will become increasingly more difficult, or they'll like level up in a way. So this fast blitz currently is easy to deal with, but if you encounter the fast blitz in that phase 3 I keep talking about, it's going to be even stronger.
So the phases, are they triggered by, say, topping them out and then you go on to another phase?
Exactly. So when this boss tops out one time, they'll enter phase 2, and if it tops out again, they'll enter phase 3.
It's big mode.
Yeah, one thing to note as well for phase 3, what makes it difficult is you want to have all 3 players alive to sufficiently top it out. If all 3 players aren't alive and you go into that zone phase, the boss will kind of get out unscathed. So it's really tricky. But yeah, if you at home want to check it out, a lot of players don't even know this. If you're playing in a friend lobby, be sure to head to our Discord. You can find people to play with. They're always looking to play. It's like a very active Maniac lobby thread on there. But yeah, you can hop into a friend lobby or a local match and hop into the match settings and enable the Maniac mod, which makes it much more difficult. Or even if you scroll right one more time, there's the Hyper mod, which is one of the last additions to the game, and yeah, it's like insane. So players moving pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
I guess the faster you move through this as well, the more likely your zone attack is going to be more powerful against the AI. It's like Vernal Equinox here on the right. Which, by the way, it looks like they're playing on a meta quest. If you can see that headset next to their their name,
that is interesting.
Playing in VR,
Yet another platform, yeah. I heard the PSVR 2 just went on sale.
I saw that. I get
Yeah,
very deep
I was
discount.
considering it. I was finally play. Well, when I get a PS5, I'll be able to play that. That's the only game I have is Tetris Effect Connected on PS5.
Yeah, there's some unique things with the PSVR 2, like you can close your eyes to enter a zone, for example. So
Oh, that's
just,
right.
Small,
yeah,
small
with
things
eye
like that.
tracking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Okay. So what do we got? So that bump up, that's usually also when you have a bump up in addition to like some other attack, that's how the AI puts on a lot of pressure. So sometimes it's going to be very unfortunate and you get like a sequence of AI attacks that are like 3 bump ups and you're already like chopped out pretty much. But team handling it pretty well, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen any big trouble as of yet, and
yeah, something important for this team play, as you can kind of notice, you're going to have to understand how to down stack effectively to really stay alive here. You're not going to always want to be going for Tetrises and T-spins. Tetrises and T-spins have a bonus for charging your zone meter to getting to that team play section quicker. However, you got to be really careful that you're not only stacking for Tetrises and T-spins, because if your board gets shaken up a little bit, that pretty much means you're like, say you went for 2 Tetrises and you get a bump up, you're like already 12 to 16 rows up in your board. It's messy. The Tetris is no longer completable, so you got to pretty much keep your board as low as possible, and you definitely approach the game differently than you would just a standard Tetris game.
okay, they got zone. Are they in a position to take out the bots at this point with that much junk stacked up on the right side? $15, $16. There you go.
All right.
So let's see what happens now. And it's back. Is there a way you can tell how many times you've topped it out?
Yeah, so I guess one cue is like the music gets a little more intense, right?
Okay.
So like players that play this quite a bit will kind of pick up on that, and even the backgrounds change a little bit.
Yeah, the background's brighter now.
Yeah.
Loves doing those T-spins.
I think Light Rod is correct. We are on phase 2. Look at those giant pieces. That's actually my favorite blitz to deal with. However, because of Tetramidian, you don't know when those giant pieces are going to come, so you can't prepare for them, right? It can actually be devastating.
Yeah,
but
well, you might just want a 2-wide something just in case.
Yeah, you got the right idea. That, or if your board is flat, you can kind of play it like a, say, like Tetris Grandmaster big mode, where you can try to take some line clears or stack those giant pieces together if it makes sense to. But yeah, typically if you're playing against the boss is called Taurus, that has that signature giant piece blitz. But and you can plan ahead for it. Be like, okay, I know it's about to hit me, so I can be ready for giant pieces. Have that 2-wide, like you mentioned, something like that. But against Tetramidian, you can't really prepare, so it can be really devastating.
Do you know if, or does it feel like the boss, or this particular boss is the only one that really has the random attacks? Can it analyze like what state the players are in and do something incredibly nasty based on that?
I don't believe so. I think it is pure random. That would feel like I guess that would be pretty crazy. I'll take a note for future difficulty on that.
Oh no.
No, nothing like that. I think it just so happens sometimes that it ends up being super super crazy. Whether like the boss is stacking, you know how sometimes the AI will stack weird, and then you're just gonna get hit with the back-to-back chain that you weren't ready for. But it is truly random what you come across. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I know we have some diehard connected players in here. Maybe you might not run into the same attack twice in a row, but other than that, it should be mostly random.
Yeah, actually, that is interesting. Does it has it done like repetitively, or is there like a bag, like a 7 bag for the for its moveset? If that makes any sense. Like
So-
if you've seen an attack before, is it less likely to happen again? I wonder. And can maybe in that sense, if there is some kind of pattern to that, maybe that can be prepared for.
Just want to note that you see these yellow square blocks. Those are called hard blocks, and when you clear them, they actually kind of force a. They leave a block in its wake, right? So.
Whoa.
Really,
Negative
there's not like
space.
a super easy way to get through this, other than just you're gonna have to move quickly and kind of hope for the best that it kind of.
Yeah,
pans
I mean,
out.
I guess you don't want to build on top of them if you can help it, right? But I guess right now, oh man, now they might be in trouble.
I think the meta has tend to lean towards like, okay, there's no easy way around it. I'm just gonna move quickly and try to clear him, get him out of the way as soon as possible.
Light Rod says that there's no bag, but there's some combinations that can't appear. Like I would expect like, okay, well, if there's been like a big mode, then maybe the next one won't be a big mode or something.
All right. Cannot send the same blitz twice in a row.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one way you can sort of prepare. You can narrow down what it could be.
That's true. All right, so we had some top outs there, and looks like we have a hero that's still alive. I like to call this community member Numbers, because just try to say that name quickly, Chris. But
Yeah, that's 7,
Oh my
3,
God.
2, 9.
they found a really weird spin with that broken piece.
Yeah,
lucky.
that's
Or big brain. I'm not sure. My brain, I saw it as lucky, but they might just be super skilled.
So how do you resurrect your partners?
Good question. So, as a player, you want to tap rotate. See when the circle hits the middle there, kind of like a rhythm game. You want to clap to work your way towards revival. If you are the team player, if you get Tetrises and T-spins, you can expedite that process. See that T-spin? Put a little bit of meter into the revival process, right? So
I see. So the higher the thing is, that's how close they are to being revived.
yes, once their matrix is completely colored, they'll be back in the game.
Okay. There's a ways to go.
Yeah, so
And,
looks like Numbers is trying to stall a little bit here. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to ruin it, or maybe hope that they can just clap their way back into this. Oh, that was kind of a brutal hide field. So
Oh,
invisible
no.
board with the the 4 long bars. Because a lot of players can play invisible appropriately, right? I think Numbers is
no, that
skilled
right
enough to do
side.
it, but timing it with that high stakes was actually brutal.
oh man,
Okay.
got it over somehow.
Look at the Sol strats here. Oh, it looks like the Tetramidian wins today. So we went from easy AI to brutal AI. Chris.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. So the players that are knocked out are hitting rotate to try to revive themselves. Is that what they're doing when they're not playing?
Correct. Yeah. So we hear those claps. That's the player attempting to revive. So good game. Numbers, Toad, Vernal. Like I mentioned, it's easier said than done to get that Maniac clear. But if you're looking to give it a go for yourself, make some friends along the way, definitely head to the Discord, discord.gg/enhance, and you can find people to play Maniac with. So I think we're going to hop into our next group. Okay.
But yeah, that was super fun to watch. Yeah, they got the boss topped out once, and then made stalling seemed like if you're trying to get your friends revived, then it just didn't seem to be happening very quickly.
Right. So, okay, we're going to get our next lobby set up here. I think we're going to get another Maniac attempt. We did have a little bit of a late start, so the Tetris.com, we can push back a little bit here. But, yeah, so we'll have another team of players that want to give that a go. so they can make their way into the lobby. Also, I wanted to note that I believe the Facer link was shown incorrectly in chat earlier. Apologies for that. So I'm going to paste the correct link in the chat now if you want to get that the Facer Premium. So let me share that with you guys. While I'm doing that, Chris, how about we explain exactly what we're talking about? So, yes, if you're a smartwatch owner, there's a premium subscription you can get to have unique Tetris faces alongside other faces, right, from Facer.
Yeah, there's like other games. Actually, I looked at their top 10, and like the number 1 was like from Starfield, and then there's a whole bunch of other games, popular franchises, and things like that. But the Tetris ones are really nice, and yeah, they have retro ones, like you can see the Game Boy one there, and like a modern one on the left, and they have just some like logos and things like that. And it's even more than just a time. Like I think they also have it for the pedometer, like walking around. Like there's different meters using the Tetris UI that it can have, and they're all, really well done. And the subscription, if you use the promo code that we have for it, you get the premium subscription for a year for free, which sounds like it's like a really good deal because it's free. And you get to use all of the Tetris faceplates, or the faces, for your smartwatch.
All right, so yeah, to get that free Facer Premium yearly pass, apply the coupon code Tetris40th at the link pasted below. So here, I'll drop that in Twitch and YouTube chat for you.
And from what I saw, it supports like Apple Watch, it supports Samsung Tizen, I believe. That's what it said, and I think there's another platform that it supports too, but basically it's at all smart watch.
And I think there is a limited number of promo codes, so don't miss out if you are a smartwatch owner in the community, if you're trying to nail some free Tetris faces, among other faces, so check that out.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the sort of thing where you subscribe to it and you can just use all of the premium ones and switch them in and out as you like.
That on YouTube as well for those that are.
I'm gonna go look into this afterwards and see if they have some kind of, because what I really want is I want that, but I want it on my wall. Like I want a hanging wall smartwatch, and then have like like a nice clock, right? With,
like those newer almost like TV monitors that are meant to be paintings, kind of. You could use.
That's something. I don't know if they make something like that, but I'm sure if they don't, I'll find a way to hack one together somehow. I'll slap my NVIDIA Shield onto a screen or something and then hang it on my wall.
Okay, looks like we are just about to get started here in our lobby. Once these players are ready, we are good to go. Good luck, have fun. Another take against the difficult AI available in Tetris Effect Connected.
Italy, USA.
Yeah, and that's something I love about our community too. Is it is definitely a global game with the rollback netcode and the amount of people that participate and the amount of platforms it supports. Right, you're bound to bring in gamers around the world.
So I haven't heard that advertised before. Rollback netcode, like usually that's a fighting game thing, but it's good to hear that. No, that's something they've already implemented.
So we have Andrea, Nobody, and I always feel Nobody is another active community member, and it always lends itself to odd commentary when I refer to them as Nobody. But and Tetrapip here. We'll see if they can take on Maniac. Maniac Tetramidia. Oh, there's those giant pieces.
Yeah, I saw the Tetramidian morph into the bull and then do the attack, just like Jang Sung. It's like the Jang Sung of Tetris bosses.
Right. So, Kingsman, if you're still watching, we're gonna have to team up, me, you, and Chris Tang, and take on the Jang Sung, right? Is that correct?
Jang Sung, yeah.
Oh, I know who that character is. Yeah. Okay.
Your soul is mine. That
right. I remember. I think when I was brand new to the Mortal Kombat game, I would, because they had so many abilities, right? I would just like spam the controller and see what happens. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first
Sometimes
button
you'll, like
mashing experience. Yeah.
Yep, morph into zone. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, I would go to the arcade and then I would I would morph. I would use that character just so I could not get bored doing different, doing the same fatality. I could do all different fatalities with him. So. That's what we need in Tetris Effect Connected. We need like finishing drops or something.
Oh, interesting idea. A piece drop combination. But
Well, yeah.
okay, we have entered that zone. Before we talk
Ooh.
too much about, oh no! So players like to,
Yeah.
you know how you can spam pieces and they're gonna like have that cascade effect, right? And that
Uh-huh.
happens to the best of us, where players are
And
gonna
then
try
you
to
accidentally
spam.
popped out. Yeah.
Yeah. They
So what happens? I don't see. So they're in zone, but I'm not seeing a revive. So is that actually just temporary?
so the revive is only outside of the team zone phase. So,
Right.
and unfortunately for the team, the attack tends to be a bit weaker when it's not all three players, right? Unless you're super fast and the AI doesn't attack you. And I guess that is like a caveat, because if you have two really fast players, you can technically get to the top faster as two players, right? But yeah, they're going to have to work to get to get nobody back in the game here. Nobody being the player.
Right. And since it's early on, maybe we'll actually get to see the revive happen.
Right, so if Andrea and TetraPip go for some T-spins or Tetrises here, they can also expedite the process or allow, I need another name for nobody, N26, nobody to revive faster.
I guess we could say blue player, red player, blue player, yellow player.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Uh-oh. So you can hold the big pieces. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think you can pretty much hold any of the... Oh, we had an early top out here. I'll give them one more chance if they want to check it out or keep trying. And then we're going to hop into connected versus, but... all right.
CBS.
All right. I'm feeling it. I think they got that game out of the way. They're going to bring their A game this time. I can just I can tell. I don't know how I can tell, but I can. All right, an early fast. So yeah, when you get fast early like this, that's actually quite an easy blitz to deal with. It feels like almost like a level 9 speed on classic Tetris, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're a pro player, then it's not even
yeah.
gonna be any different. So yeah, I think they're gonna do a lot better this time. Sometimes it takes a game to the reason why they were stacking the material so fast was because they were confident about it, and yeah, I mean sometimes that happens if you don't trigger the zone properly. Then there are other versions of Tetris where you need to do things like that, and it can have catastrophic results.
Okay. Ooh, Pentaminos, one of my favorites. Yeah, you got to really kind of think differently about your stacking. And something worth noting, as the boss levels up, there are more difficult Pentaminos to deal with as well.
There's a 5 long Pentamino. Can you make like a what's one more line than a Tetris?
A Pentris? I don't
Tetris,
know.
yeah. If you zone and you get 5 lines, does it have a label for it?
Zone. I think it goes by 4s.
Okay.
I don't think there is a label for that.
There's no label for 5. Uh-oh. Another early top out. So let's see.
Oh, nice use of the nice solve from nobody here in the center. Our blue player.
Yeah, for the big piece.
Yeah.
Was able to clear using the big pieces themselves. boss is like being brutal. Like it's taking no prisoners here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes, right? Like if you get a brutal sequence, even for some of our best players, like these players are definitely experienced, seasoned Tetris players. It really takes a lot of practice and know-how to overcome the Maniac Tetramidian.
Yeah.
Ooh. And look at this hard block is going to cause issues there.
Oh, man.
There is no out for that. And good try to our team, but we're going to hop into connected versus here for the sake of time. But GG's.
Yeah, and we got to see both ends of the spectrum. We got to see the boss get bullied, and we got to see the boss bully the players.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get a connected versus lobby setup and drop that in Discord for our players. Speaking of Discord, we run a lot of community teams game mode nights on the Enhanced Discord at discord.gg/enhance, so definitely check that out. I believe I even... Oh, perfect. We do have an Enhance command there in the Classic Tetris chat, so don't miss out if you're looking to find people to play with. It is a very welcoming group of players there, and they'll likely try to take on the Tetramidian with you. Okay, so just getting players in here for connected versus, and then we're gonna hop into that Tetris mobile show or Tetris.com and then Tetris Mobile. And yeah, we'll take a small break before Tetris Mobile just to get the players set up for that.
Get it all set up. It's a very non-standard streaming setup. I mean, it's all new territory is being treaded in the Tetris universe today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the first one was to try to play Nest Tetris over Twitch and then play asynchronous. But now it's a standard thing that people do. So maybe we could get something started for Tetris Mobile and Tetris.com to have people stream that and sort of have. I don't even know if there's a word for how that's done, where you have two separate machines that aren't officially networked, but they're played simultaneously, and you can turn it into a competitive format.
All right, so our lobby is up here, and for that Tetris Mobile Showcase, we're going to have none other than Super Shocky versus Wumbo, which is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know. Have you seen this Wumbo thumbnail, Chris?
I've seen the head before, but I haven't seen the Chad body attached. That is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's funny. But it's very fitting for their Tetris skill. That is exactly the kind of boss that you are playing against in Tetris. But in Super Shocky, no stranger to our Tetris Effect Connected scene, as they are back-to-back Trifecta champion, where you have to be strong at every mode within Tetris Effect. But yeah, they can also throw down on Tetris Mobile, so this should be a treat to watch. I'm actually looking quite forward to it. And I think our players are readied up, so we're going to hop back into that. Ooh, I didn't catch exactly what their boss was there. I think it might have been Taurus. Might have been the giant pieces, so maybe we'll get more giant pieces to watch. Yes, Barchild, if you are interested, we did do a Tetris Game Boy showcase where we featured the Tetris Game Boy community and featured some of the players as they went for high scores during that session. Looks like we... Oh, there we go. Perfect.
All right. Yeah, just a bit of load there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a Taurus, as you said.
Ooh. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry. Classic score attack jump scare. But, all right. I was going to move our feet up a little bit so we can see the player name there.
So nobody is the boss, being the blue player. Still the blue player, but yet the boss.
So it does seem like our boss here is quite fast, right? So they should be able to mount a pretty strong defense here against our team. Team Numbers, Toad, and Vernal and Equinox.
So I'm guessing that the player using the boss gets to choose which character, I guess.
Correct, yeah.
To be.
And each area, so the blue bosses represent Area 1, red Area 2, green Area 3, purple Area 4, then our Tetramidian, like we were just watching, is kind of that grayish Tetramidian.
Austin, your cursor is on nobody's screen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the community loves when I do that. But yeah, so each area also has a signature blitz in itself. I believe for Area 1, it is this. Okay, yeah. So it's soft drop. So each boss in Area 1 will have that. You can only soft drop. So this actually makes it one of the hardest bosses to play against at high level, because you know what high level Tetris players have going for them, Chris, is their speed. So when you are a boss and if you pick a boss from Area 1 and choose to throttle them on their speed, it actually allows you quite a bit of like a grace period to decide when to defend, attack, and relieve some of that pressure.
And as I was saying, like with the Tetramidian, I was wondering if it could choose its attacks. Well, if you know what your attacks are, then you can choose when to use them, and that can be a powerful strategy if you're trying to beat players. Mm-hmm. You can see when they're in trouble and then choose that time to attack.
Exactly. You can yeah, that's a good point. So the AI is okay at doing it. Not really, doesn't have that human intuition, but as a human boss, you can kind of know when to play defensive, more conservative, because you kind of want to charge up your attacks, right? The longer the game goes on, the more deadly your attacks are. However, if you kind of sniff out the opportunity, depending on if you're like screen watching and seeing that the team is struggling a little bit, you can just go all in, kind of like what nobody's doing right now, right?
That's that's kind of how I play Tetris 99, where I see there's people on the field in trouble, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna do all my back-to-backs now and dump all my crap on you.
However, this could backfire a little bit. We have a pretty strong player.
Yeah.
So yes, it is dampened a little bit because there's just one player here, but this is a fast, strong player, numbers, and it looks like they're able to clear through this zone pretty quick. Nice use of that magic veto.
Wow.
And if they can get a 20, it could send a big attack. So, like I said, our boss chose to go all in there, but fortunately, because it was a one-player attack, and you got to be really fast for it to be effective, nobody does get out of it. And because two players are reviving, they are not under pressure because that zone meter is going to charge a lot slower, right?
Right.
So looking good for the boss so far. However, if they continue to play this aggressive and not defend, it could backfire. So these white lines, they can be cleared by, you can press a button to go into defense mode. As you see, the top line there becoming like a lighter shade of gray.
So instead of attacking the other players, then you cut down on the trash on your field.
Yeah. And it can be a bit difficult against a high-level team to know when to do that exactly, right? Yeah, it takes pretty good awareness to play at the highest level as a boss. Even though it is, like, in a way, the most simple, because you're simply, in a way, just sprinting, right? Just trying to clear as many lines as possible. There still is that decision-making involved when it comes to knowing when to attack and defend.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty impressed with the as a game design. This is amazing. This is something that required a lot of design and thought and knowledge of not only Tetris, but like what would be fun and what would be balanced. And I'm sure they spent a lot of time testing it. I mean, you can just see the love that they had for Tetris, like being able to make a mode like this that people could play together in so many different ways.
Yeah, I fell in love with the game pretty quickly. Especially with the multiplayer edition, as I like to play with friends and get into the community aspect of things. That's kind of what got me back into classic Tetris, right? Was the awesome CTWC community. So
this is making me want to get into playing like this mode or any other mode. And the fact that it's cooperative and I don't have to worry too much about carrying, it's a good way to allow people to get involved without feeling like they're bringing a whole team down. If
Yeah, definitely.
you have 3v1, like that's a lot better. And also, if it's against an AI, then you also don't feel as bad if you mess up.
Looking like players stacking in the same spot there. I guess if you soft drop your piece, you can overlap pieces on placement. Ooh, nobody stacking a little close to the sun there, but has a really aggressive follow-up attack with that like double T-spin double there. Double T-spin double rolls right off the tongue. So in this game, or in this game mode in particular, T-spin doubles are nerfed a little bit, right? I think Tetrises are actually stronger, so however, it still is more efficient to go for those T-spin doubles at the highest level. It's just really hard to execute because of that one piece preview, right? So I usually advise, even at the highest level, just spam Tetrises, and then you can get those T-spins in as the boss, to be clear. You can, but ooh, nobody's
playing up really high.
Yeah, speaking of all-in, like I mentioned earlier, I think they're trying to... I think they know that their attacks have kind of leveled up, right? So. Oh,
okay. So it's in a position to...
It's still risky, though, right? Because,
yeah,
like, look, even some misdrops here, you're really high on your board. Your speed is dampened. Some players will even just, like, bring it down just a couple rows to have a little extra wiggle room before they go all in, but...
It looks like the strat's working, though.
Yeah,
2 top outs.
Pressure on Vernal Equinox with this not-so-convenient giant piece waiting for them. I think this might be the end with that.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah, that's gonna be a win for the boss.
All right, GG.
Congratulations to nobody.
Nicely done. And yeah, I think that will be it for our connected showcase tonight. So thank you everyone that has participated.
ASSAASS. I won't say it, but it spelled it.
Okay, GG's. That was a great game.
Yeah, that was a very good showcase, showing off what the boss can do and how to play it, and everything in terms of how that kind of mode plays out.
Right.
Got me really interested in it.
And yeah, for those of you that weren't featured tonight, we do this quite a bit here on the Enhance side, so definitely hop in that Discord, discord.gg/enhance, and outside of Tetris Block Party, we have regular Friday night showcases if you're looking to, showcase your skills to a wider audience, or simply just hang out, play with friends. It's a good time. So, okay, I think we can hop into our next game here, Chris. Tetris.com.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Tetris.com.
And
I guess it's been around. I looked up the history, and it's been around for 10 years, and they've been upgrading it and adding some new things to it. Like, I guess now that they've made some changes to the scoring, and even though it's a web game, it's catered towards high-level play, and it has advanced features. So that was very interesting to see.
Okay, and there's even a special Tetris Block Party skin. I dropped the link in chat. You should play along with us, share us your high scores at tetris.com/blockparty. I'm not sure how long this is going to be up exactly, but I think it'll be up for a little bit. If you want to continue playing under the skin, I kind of like the look of it. So
yeah, it's nice.
And let me drop this in the YouTube chat as well if you're watching from there. And we'll get this started. And I will be playing, Chris. So if you want to see any fun setups or anything like that, and I'll try to highlight.
I'll do my best to commentate and boom your Tetrises. Okay. Shall they happen? This is the first time I will be seeing this game, but I think I'm a fast learner.
And yeah, this game is like riding a bike for me, so I can kind of answer questions as I play along here, and kind of just go for a more casual vibe, maybe until those high levels kick in. But and I'm also happy to showcase some of like the nuances of just modern Tetris in general, right? Because we are broadcasting on classic Tetris, right? So if you have any questions about the scoring system, combos, etc., I'd be happy to explain anything. But oh, actually, before we do this, let's do one of the giveaways. So
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna
Enter
yeah.
Block Party in the chat on Twitch to get your entry in. And we're giving away Tetris Effect Connected today. Apparently got codes on every platform.
Yes.
Makes you wanna,
yes.
yeah.
So type Block Party in the chat if you're willing to play, or if you're willing to play. If you want a copy of the game, it's been a long day here, Chris. And yeah, I'm always happy to give away copies and get more players involved. If you already own the game, you can give it to a friend. Or if you're a part of the community, you could always run a tournament and give it as a prize. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Like I think Ninja, who runs TEC tournaments, won some codes, which was perfect.
That's right.
All right, so let's do a drawing. I see we just had a lot of people type it in, so maybe we can do 2. I'm feeling extra nice. We'll do 2 codes here.
Sounds good. Yep. Someone asked Switch. Yep. If we're on Switch,
we do have it on Switch. Yep. Okay, so let's roll it. Who's our first winner? Headcrack 2020, who I believe just typed it in, so right in time. You are a winner. Message here. How about you message? I'm gonna wave my hand in chat here. I'll wave it twice. Message Beast and Shen, and Beast and Shen will give you that code. All right, and then one more. TiVo has been quite active in our Block Party stream, so this is well deserved. 666 TiVo, congratulations, and also has been participating in our silver brackets, so like our more casual brackets for the tournaments. Good luck if you're playing in the Zone Battle tournament tomorrow, and good luck to anybody playing against TiVo in that bracket. So nice. Once again, TiVo, you can message me either here on Twitch or on Discord, and that goes for you as well, Headcrack, at discord.gg/enhance. I'm usually at the very top of the member list, Austin Enhance, and yeah, I'll get you your code. So yeah, do we have any avid Tetris.com players? I think Super Shocky is typically a really strong marathon player. We're going to see them later in the Tetris Mobile showcase. Shocky, I know there is like a kind of a niche Tetris.com community, right? Not so much niche as it is a very, I mean, it's Tetris.com, right? A lot of people probably open it, but there's also that, there's a diehard group that has their own Discord community and tries to maximize the game, which is super cool, right? As you get with pretty much every game out there nowadays. But yeah, we're gonna play it a bit. Feel free to drop some of your experiences when you play on Tetris.com, your highlights, your any moments, and play along with us tonight. Share your high scores here in the chat, and let's get started. I think my settings are correct, and feel free to adjust your settings. Something that's cool about Tetris.com is you can play super fast, right? So you can reduce.
Yeah, you can change your dash speed, I guess.
Yeah.
Your delayed auto shift.
I kind of like 110 or 120. If I'm like really in the zone, maybe I'll put it a little lower, but we'll start slow here.
Are you using a keyboard or a gamepad?
Sorry, I just got that was really loud for me. It should be quieter on the stream, but I am going to be using a keyboard for this, as I am on my computer.
Okay.
I think there is. Okay, before I get too involved here, so that I can hear Chris, I need to fix my volume.
Okay.
Let's see. Music volume. I'll turn it up on stream a little bit. Okay. Good sound. Perfect. 3, 2, 1.
On Tetris. Tetris.
Okay. So, scoring in Tetris.com. Yeah, I don't know if you have the chance to really look into it, Chris. I sent you. There's kind of like a unique scoring table for modern games, but typically you want to try to get as many T-spins as possible, because T-spin has a similar bonus to Tetris, but it's only 2 lines cleared, right?
Right. So yeah, it's a more efficient score maker than a Tetris is.
Yeah. So setting up those back-to-back T-spin doubles, but play at your own pace. If I'm chilling out, I like to go for Tetrises as well, and maybe I'll do that a little bit here. So something to note as well is, speaking of wells, I'm in a 5-4 stack with a well in column 6, right? Kind of like a freestyle approach, but everyone has their own way to play. Some people like to go with a classic 9-0. I can transition to that. So this is like a 9-0 well. It's just an easy way to kind of refer to the well as things are going on, right? Because it does change how the game's played a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to combo your T-spins
Right.
into a Tetris, then yeah, being able to shift that well to accommodate for either is important.
Yeah, and then also worth noting, like, it's good to know how to kind of learn to adjust to playing each well, right? And I guess that comes from my multiplayer background, because you never know where the garbage is going to appear on your screen. But yeah, so I adapted into what's called a 6-3 well, which, you know what, this is actually, speaking of like having uncapped speed on Tetris.com, 6-3 tends to be how players play the fastest, because there's a certain pattern to it where you can put all your T pieces on the left side, excuse me, and like make these I guess 3x4 squares on the right side, right, using certain patterns. So for example, that J piece followed by this S piece, and then the L piece completes a 3x4 block, right? So the more you practice these kind of setups, and we'll do one more here. So this J piece, square piece, L piece is a 3x4 block.
Yeah.
And yeah, and once you get the hang of these patterns, you can actually move quite quickly in 6-3. And because of the Tetris well being right in the center, you can quickly get your eyepiece there, right? So it tends to be what players go for sprinting or try to get like new records in terms of time, right?
And because it's 7-bag, you'll at least know that you'll get that piece within a certain amount of time and complete the formation on the right. Right. You're ready for it to spin.
Definitely. And 6-3 also lends itself into T-spin setups. So once you pick up on maybe stacking for Tetrises, you can adapt that into a T-spin play style as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing the pattern. You've got it. Totally.
I feel like it's a pretty approachable pattern compared to some of the other stacking methods, right? So recommend giving it a try if you're looking to explore like T-spins, right? So I believe on Tetris.com, you know, on like some other Tetris games, if you're going for high scores, you'll start on higher levels. I think players still do start from level 1, which is kind of cool. So you can start out like really aggressive freestyling for those T-spins, and then once you get into high gravity, it kind of changes things, and we'll explain that a little bit, because you're going to have to stack differently.
So this version isn't really meant to be played forever. It does get so fast that eventually you top out.
I guess for the typical player, yes. However, if you are a top player that can play effectively at that level, it caps out at level 30, but it's actually very hard to play level 30, so it's going to be for the elite Tetris.com players out there. Actually, I'm not sure if I can do it, Chris, and I'm pretty... I have an ego when it comes to Tetris, right? And I think it's beyond me, so we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe not an ego, but I feel like it's not my first rodeo when it comes to Tetris, so.
Okay. Level 9, let's see it then. Yeah. 21 levels to go.
Okay. Still mixing in a lot of T-spin doubles. Even like, I like to greed for it a little bit. Even though I leave that kind of that hole on the right, we can still maybe get back using like a T-spin single or something like that.
Is it better to get a T-spin single and then...
I guess it depends. I think typically you're not going to want to do that, because if you think about it, it means you lose a T piece in the process. So ideally you get the most out of your T piece, meaning that it's like a triple or a double. But it's still gives you that back-to-back bonus and keeps you into the getting your T-spins and your Tetrises back-to-back will add bonus points as well. So
right. And when you say uncapped speed, what exactly is meant by that? Does that mean that as soon as a lockdown happens,
Yeah, so the lock delay, I guess we can elaborate on what exactly that means. So the lock delay will be a little bit faster, just like kind of like the old arcade Tetris variants, right? Like Tetris Grandmaster kind of vibes. So yeah, we get to level 20 means the piece will instantly fall to the bottom instantly, right? Clearing, I guess, 20 columns by the time, or 20 rows by the time, how do I put it?
you can move it? Yeah.
So once we approach these higher gravities, I think the meta game, you might be able to do infinite T-spin triple towers. Maybe someone in chat can elaborate, but I think one of the most popular strategies is to go for what's called the ST stack, which you may be familiar with, and we're probably going to see this in our Tetris Mobile showcase as well, which Wumbo likes to call the T-spin factory. But yeah, well, I can demonstrate it a little bit. It's actually like easier said than done. It tends to look they make it look easy, right? But there's a lot of freestyling and like some rules that take a lot of practice when it comes to ST stacking. So I'm kind of in the I have not. Oh, I just read that. And having trouble getting to that far left now. So you want to make sure you're a little bit higher in the center of your board.
Right, because you can slide things off if you have a high middle.
Yeah. Which is why I'm kind of like back to this right well and going for what's called the ST stack. Let's see if we can find my way into it here. Try to focus a little bit. So I think I'm kind of getting there. Yeah, here we go. So now I can prop these Z pieces or S pieces if you, I guess if you're almost like left and right-handed, right? You can kind of choose which side you want your well on, but I prefer to go for the T-spins on the right here. And I'm just keep propping these Z pieces against the side to set up for easy T-spin doubles. Although
Flying
I'm
close
getting
to
a
the
little
sun
hot.
doing that. But yeah, that's crazy. You're still alive though.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Nice Tetris. I mean, it's only on level 19, and it seems like it's almost instant lockdown at this point. I mean, I guess right now it's dropping instantly, but your lockdown speed hasn't started getting halved yet. So
Yeah. So from this point forward, each level will make it so the pieces lock in faster, so you have less time to think, right? Because right now I can kind of do this or rotate the piece in place.
Yeah, rubbing the bottom resets the lockdown timer, which is why you do it.
Exactly.
Or spinning it like
we'll
that.
enjoy this. I love doing it with the square because you can rotate the square in piece and it looks like it's not moving.
Oh, it just sits there without doing anything, even though it's crazy.
So if you're watching a top player and you notice that it looks like they're frozen in place, that's probably what's happening.
Yeah. They're
So we see that in Tetris Spec Connected as well during our score attack championships, because players like to go for SC stacking, and they tend to stall unless you're trying to apply pressure on the opponent and play a little faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're new to Tetris, like Tetris.com, you can play it on your browser anywhere, which is part of the draw of it, right? And it does actually, if you are a high-level player, there's a pretty competitive scene or community out there going for high scores in Tetris.com. So it's actually locking in pretty quick now. So
23.
Yeah. I haven't played a whole lot of this yet, and I was gonna practice earlier, but I'm like, this might be fun to just keep it for the stream.
Do all your modern Tetris, I guess, muscle memory? Well, I guess you're on a keyboard, but still.
It crosses over, right? So
it does. Yeah.
Oh,
translate
really
over.
fast. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fast lockdown.
So kind of like with TGM or any of these, I'm like pre-choosing where I want my piece to go to, if that makes sense. last too much longer, Chris.
You're in trouble, yeah. Oh man, yeah, you're gonna need some good pieces. Ooh, getting it done with that double. Can you dig?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, I broke 1 mil. We got the
1
max
million.
out if you're a classic Tetris
Max
player.
out. Right.
Where's
Boom, max up for you.
Here, I have my bell. 1 second.
You've got a cowbell. There you go. The classic Bidwell bell.
Oh, there's my initials. Okay.
So do they have any kind of like a daily leaderboard or something? Any web connectivity, I guess?
I
is the
am
route
not
again?
too sure, but there definitely are community resources for that kind of thing. So definitely share your scores with us on the Enhanced Discord, or if you are in it like a big proponent of the Tetris.com or part of that community, definitely feel free to lead people into the right direction here in the Twitch chat. Tetris.com. Yeah, so like Super Shocky saying, there is actually a Tetris.com Discord that has a leaderboard for 1.5 million plus scores. How's my 1 million, Super Shocky? I think that might have been okay right out of the gate there, but 1.5 million is quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And you did make it to level 27, so we almost did get to see that 30.
yeah.
You're getting pretty close.
So, yeah, I'm curious how difficult exactly that level 30 is. Can we actually start at a higher level? Let's see. I'm not sure if we can. Oh, one thing to note, you can use mouse controls. You can even see my cursor here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Looks like it kind of like puts it in place. Ooh.
Huh.
It's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's any top players players in the chat that use the mouse. I like how it kind of like rotates. It's smart enough to rotate for you a little bit too.
So you're not rotating it?
I'm using the mouse right now. Yeah.
Oh, you can actually like move up and down to rotate then. Maybe that's what it's doing?
Ooh. I want to put my... I guess there's a fault here. I want to put a piece. Oh, actually, you know what? Shout out to Tetris.com because the better move was available for me. It wouldn't let me do the bad move.
Huh.
Let's see. I wonder if it would let me do a...
So you're not hitting rotate at all.
No, it's automatically rotating for me. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's pretty
okay.
cool. I think
Yeah,
there is going to be
I-
some limitations to it because I see some
Right.
like more expert techniques I can't pull off. But look, that
Like, what
instant
if you want to
T-spin
do
double,
a
that's
touch,
pretty
right?
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a T-spin setup. Is
Yeah,
it
look
possible?
at that. I could just shoot it in there. You can even see my cursor in action there, right? So,
Oh, it didn't. It like teleported into the spot for it. Like you didn't even have to
exactly.
like touch
Yeah.
it. Wow.
Ooh, can I even set this
What?
up? Try with the square. So I can right-click to hold. So I can just like. Yes, kind of cool. I'm not very used to it, but it's fun to mess around with. There we go. Teleporting T-spin doubles.
What? Yeah, I've not seen that before. I didn't even know that was a thing until today.
Mouse is busted in this version. Is there actually you know what, I'm kind of curious for the high gravity levels, right? Like how many people use a mouse for that?
If you could teleport a T-spin, I mean, there's got to be some kind of way to exploit it, or survive things that you couldn't normally.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if you're using keyboard and you just whack your mouse? Will it like help you survive things that would not normally be survivable? I wonder.
Okay. I think I'll get one more game in here. Please share your scores with us in the chat. Sorry if I missed any scores already. We'll definitely shout you guys out. Also, welcome in the Stamp Stories with the raid here on Classic Tetris. But okay. Oh, I kept using my mouse there.
Super Shocky says, yes, I have sabotaged myself by knocking my mouse before.
I almost want to switch to a mouse for the high gravity levels and just almost in a way like try to button mash, see what happens.
In a way, like, so my personal keyboard setup is actually ideal for this because what I do is I Velcro a trackball to my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have, my fingers are on the keys and I can mouse at the same time. There's no, I don't have to move my hand or anything. but I don't know if I could ever get used to mouse control on this. It's just too alien to me. I can't wrap my head around it. Oh no!
Uh-oh. I got too fancy. No.
Oh.
Sorry, we broke 5,000. I have a fun idea. So we're gonna show off what's called the 4-wide Chris.
Oh no!
I think this is actually really bad for scoring purposes, but it's still fun to execute.
Okay. Yeah.
Something unique to modern Tetris with the the hold piecing and however you may want to set it up here. But,
Yeah, I've seen some meme videos of this. That's how I know about it.
Wumbo, who's about to be part of our Tetris Mobile Showcase, is one of the best combo players for sure. So trying to think of the best way. Kind of a weird piece sequence here for this. Might break. Or no? It's satisfying to execute.
Right, because it's combo.
There we go. Got an 18. If anyone can beat that. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we'll finish out this one round here. Maybe I'll try to speedrun it so we can get into our Tetris Mobile Showcase, but feel free to play along, drop your scores in the chat. And this is at tetris.com/block party.
Yeah, interesting stuff. This is my first exposure to it, and yeah, it looks like just another great way to play Tetris.
A little faster to mix it up here.
I mean, I don't think I've seen it streamed before, but I'm gonna assume that some people do, just because it's so easy to do. If you have a computer, you probably just OBS your window or something.
Yeah, I'm just using so yeah, if you do want to stream this game to like the Tetris category or something, you can just use OBS. That's what I'm doing right here. So this is called a C-spin, one of my favorite setups. It can be hard to recognize. It's really good in multiplayer, but this T-spin triple into a double there. Yeah, Akashi Robo or Sake Gohan will be playing in tomorrow's Zone Battle tournament. We're going to see a lot of that, a lot of the C-spins. So I'm going to speedrun a little bit. I
who's
want
playing.
another.
Austin playing.
Oops, sorry, my game sounds loud. But I do want another attempt at the high level.
30?
I want to see if we can get to level 30.
Okay, all right, let's see it. Let's like you said, if you play fast, keep it mixed up. We'll see if you can survive level 30 or for how long.
I'll try to set it up so I can at least maybe cheese my way a little bit, so have like a combo well or something at level 27.
Any good strat is valid, so whatever it takes to survive. I'm not even sure if any other version has that kind of level system, so if it's unique to this, then...
I think it's fairly unique. Tetris Effect Connected is kind of close when it comes to... it's not quite the same, but the Score Attack multiplayer kind of has like a similar level scaling. I think the lock delay kicks in a bit quicker on Tetris.com. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pros in the chat. But, it felt pretty intense. More intense than I realized.
Yeah, it did seem to ramp up pretty quick. I mean, even the drop speed, by the time you hit like 16, it's already almost instant. Oh yeah, that code for TGM2 that I want, I put it in. I actually played some TGM2 on my Switch.
Oh, awesome. How was your
I did all right.
TGM experience? Yeah.
I think I don't remember what the score was, but I was pretty happy with like the first game I played. I didn't play Master Mode. I played normal mode. I didn't top out. Master Mode I did top out. It wasn't too bad though.
So yeah, following the TGM showcase last week, I actually was playing a little bit myself. And prior to that showcase, I mostly only played the big mode, which is super fun. The where you can make the pieces giant, right? In TGM1, there's a code at the starting screen you can input. So naturally, following the showcase, I was getting ready to try TGM2, but then you know what I did, Chris? I went back to TGM1 and played more big mode. So I have some unsettled business with that mode that needs to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was it was a long time. The last time I played a TGM game was when I worked at BPS and they had like a candy cabinet in the office. So it's been a while. So like the lockdown was something that I was trying to get used to again, where you have to kind of like hold down for soft drop for an instant lock. So you just like you go up and down. And I was playing on a gamepad too, so maybe playing on an arcade stick would have been better. Okay, you're on 19 now.
Oh, thank you. That was not good. That was
20.
just on autopilot.
So yeah, your drop speed or your lockdown speed's gonna start ramping up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to stack a little safer. Maybe try a 9-0 well or something like that. I just wanna. I'm not going for a high score at this point. If I was,
Right.
I'd be going for more.
You want to see
defense.
level 30.
Yes.
So yeah, keep it low if you need to. Survival strats.
I say that, but my brain was
You're
telling me to
still
set up a peaceful
playing.
double there.
You're still playing aggressive. Don't die. Ooh.
Having trouble now with the gravity. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I can just keep it low here and something like this even.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you would be able to survive that just because you have hold piece and.
At
as
the
long
same
as you
time, it's like I'm so used to
mindful.
stacking Tetrises that that's kind of my comfort zone, right? Oh, there it is.
The problem with the ramping lock speed is that when the change happens, like it'll cause like a really bad misdrop.
Yeah, like that.
Level 25, you still got a ways to go.
Oh, no.
So. Oh no.
Okay.
It's survivable. You just gotta get those pieces over. Okay. Then dig back down. Oh.
There we go.
Okay. Nice. Nice split double there.
Oh no.
27. 28. Uh-oh.
So intense.
The lock getting worse. Ooh. Oh, only a single for that. Nice, nice. Dig, dig, dig. Oh, need something for that left side.
I'm sweating.
29.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Not even the
29.
max
So
out.
close. No max out.
29. Okay, I got close. I need a little more practice.
Yeah, it looks like, the lock speed starts halving, like, near the end.
Dang. Oh, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to be booting this up later.
Okay.
I'm about to leave this.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to
Yeah.
hearing your progress.
Okay, cool. So that is. I'm not sure how long this skin is going to be left up. Maybe I can get some clarification following this for those who want to keep playing. But yeah, Tetris.com isn't going anywhere. Check out the Block Party skin and share your high scores with us here in the chat. Share your level 30 flex if you beat me to it there. And yeah, thank you, Tetris Official, for putting on this special skin for us here. And yeah, it's a pretty fun version of the game, and I always kind of underrate it, right? Because I don't know. It's,
I think it's interesting, like 29 and 30, like those levels have such significance in classic Tetris. It's like, is there any kind of intention behind that? Because that's a little too close of a coincidence.
Okay. Thank you, Dan Sushi. Oh, thank you. I've got a lot of nice words in chat. Yeah, appreciate it. But it's fun to. It's always fun to discover a new Tetris variant, right? So if you haven't tried any of the variants that we've been showcasing so far on Tetris Block Party, definitely give it a try. And that's part of the fun of a new Tetris game is trying to experiment.
It's amazing just to be able to see all these different Tetris games and different ways to engage with it. And like you said, there's communities for each individual game, as there are nowadays. And knowing that there's an active community for literally Tetris.com as a game variant blows my mind, but it's awesome.
Okay, we are about to get set up here for the Tetris Mobile Showcase. Sorry for the delay for our players, but I think they're hanging out here in the chat.
Cool.
So we're going to have Super Shocky versus Wumbo for the Mobile Showcase here. Where's my fancy schmancy versus screen? There it is. Look at these wonderful, wonderful players. Wumbo is as scary in Tetris as they look in this thumbnail here, but or this player avatar. And yes, we have the one and only Super Shocky, who is one of our favorite here at Enhance, the back-to-back Trifecta champion, TECWC Trifecta, where you have to qualify, you need to get top 4 in one of the modes, and Super Shocky qualifies through the score attack mode, which is actually kind of similar to what we were just playing, right? So really good at these like high-level marathon versus formats, and also can throw down in Classic and Zone Battle to take home that Trifecta championship. And Wumbo Ties, also just an all-around great Tetris player, has throw down on Classic on Tetris Effect, but very strong at versus Marathon and Zone Battle, whatever it may be as well. Puyo Puyo Tetris, which we were playing last week as well. Wumbo is very strong at that game. Is going to be playing in some upcoming community tournaments as well, so be on the lookout for Wumbo. Yeah, so I'm going to get these players set up, and due to the nature of it being a mobile platform, I am going to take a quick break. So Chris Tang, go grab a drink if you want. And for those of you that are in the chat, you can enter the giveaway in the meantime. Type in Block Party in the chat for your chance to win.
All right. And guess we'll see you in a few.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks for your wait as we were getting this set up, as players are playing off their mobile phones for this.
Yes,
and,
this is an unprecedented setup. We've got mobile phone streaming through Discord being captured. Austin's got something crazy set up for this, but you know, you got to start somewhere, and this is going to be the first mobile versus mobile 3-minute score attack in history.
And yeah, it's going to be casual vibes here, as you know, just to lean in the nature of the mobile game, which is kind of for casual play. It's got the puzzle mode, it's got marathon and all that. But yeah, shout out to Play Studios, who put together or the developers of the Tetris mobile app, who put together a special Ultra versus build for us for tonight's showcase. So we're gonna have Super Shocky and Wumbo go head-to-head in 3-minute matches. And maybe they'll mix it up, have some fun, do some combos, etc. There's nothing on the line here, really, except their pride, depending on how much pride they want to take in this tonight. But yes, yeah, Super Shocky versus Wumbo, and I'm about to share their screens here, and we are going to get started. So, all right, moment of truth. How do we look here? Okay, it looks like Shocky is waiting on the Tetris Block Party screen here, and as you can see, Shocky already having a PB. I don't know how much that really means just yet here, but it looks like 160,107 and Wumbo 103, so it should be close. I'm not sure how much time each have put into this, but all right, we're gonna do Super Shocky versus Wumbo, starting out 0-0 here. And yeah, Chris, take it away.
Ready?
We can do a countdown.
All right, okay, I'm gonna count it down now. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Mobile. And they have started over here with the go, and we do not have same piece sets, but the 7 bag, I'm assuming that's probably not going to be much of a factor here.
Okay, and it is worth noting, and we were talking a little bit with Wumbo before the stream started about the touch controls, which is pretty cool, right?
Right.
So, we were just playing Tetris Mobile. As we saw, you can move pretty quick with the keyboard or controller, but yeah, touch control takes a lot of work, and I think these players, they actually, like I mentioned earlier, they were really successful when there was prizes for this game, and probably were acclimated, so we'll see how acclimated they get throughout the duration of the stream. And yeah, Wumbo with a T-spin double tower here, Chris.
Yeah, there's a T-spin factory set up for Wumbo, but Shocky is content to go for right well Tetrises. Let's see how this plays out. Definitely different strategies out the gate here.
Both players will be competent with this T-spin setup. Maybe Shocky just had a rocky start here. Going for some Tetrises.
Boom, Tetris for Shocky.
Ooh,
That seems
almost
to be
getting that
the
perfect clear.
Playstyle difference here. Wumbo with that T-spin tower, another T-spin, back-to-back T-spins for Wumbo, leading in score by about 5,000 points.
Very nice. And as you can see, that meter on the bottom of their screens. By the way, I think they have different phone resolutions, which lead to the different screen sizes here. But yeah, looks like they're about halfway through. So look at that meter. When that meter fills up, the match will be done.
Yeah, just over a minute left. Okay, so he's been set up for Shocky there. Good for Shocky. And Shocky catching up now, is in the lead, 43,000 points to Wumbo at 37, but there's a couple of T-spin set up for Wumbo at any one given time. There's another one.
Ooh, missed the spin.
Oh, Wumbo missing the spin. This is Shocky's chance to seal the deal. Getting down to the last 40 seconds or so. And Wumbo having to settle for IT there with a Tetris setup. Gonna cash in the Tetris. Oh, Tetris for Wumbo. 47,000. Shocky running away with it at 70,000 points with a T-spin back-to-back. A T-spin double for Wumbo. Firing back a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, with less than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Wumbo's having trouble. Some misdrops when you're going for T-spin doubles, especially with these touching controls, right? I think Wumbo's going to have to get a little acclimated back into the groove here.
2, 1, and that's going to be time.
All right.
And Shockey's going to take that first round with 137,000 points, doubling the score on Wumbo there. Yeah, Wumbo with a little trouble there. Wasn't able to keep that T-spin factory open. Probably the touch controls.
Yeah, and you know what? With that being said, though, Wumbo had a really strong start there. And actually had quite a bit of a lead. But misdrops in this can be brutal. But a lot of games need to be played with this 3-minute format. So we'll keep it going here. But Shockey with one on the board.
All right. So I'll count them down again. Here we go for round 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tetris. And of course, with another countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And Jockey off to the right well Tetris setup. Wumbo with the T-spin factory. Looking to open for business soon. Jockey now having to build a dirty Tetris. Gonna take some burns there. Take some. That wasn't a T-spin setup, so opening up that well on the right, getting that Tetris. Boom Tetris for Shockey.
Yeah, and I guess one thing to note is that it seems like Shockey is a little faster if they can get their groove going, whereas Wumbo seems to be nailing this early T-spin double opener, right?
Yeah, it looks like the setup is more important for Wumbo than scoring early. And yeah, there's that iconic T-spin factory into a Tetris. Shockey leading in points by about 5,000. Gotta take that Tetris there. Not getting the back-to-backs this time.
Yeah, Shockey with a little bit of a lead, but one thing in modern Tetris, like, look, we can already see that score potential just waiting for Wumbo, so they can easily get caught up here.
Right.
Those
are back-to-back T-spins waiting to happen. There's one. So yeah, Wumbo right back in it. Now in the lead, turning that into a Tetris.
Almost like when somebody has a line lead in Classic, you kind of know, like, the Tetris rate is similar, right? Like in classic Tetris, but Wumbo with those like T-spins waiting for them, kind of like they're behind in lines with that scoring potential is there.
Okay, now Shockey with a factory setup, get those T-spins in.
Yeah, T-spin factory also referred to as ST stacking because usually you prop an S or a Z piece towards the side. Looks like both players here preferring that right side, so we're seeing Z pieces being propped.
Yeah, one a little bit less than a minute left.
Yeah, and also Shockey has a guide on the stacking. I actually kind of wrote the book on it. In writing the book with this right side favoritism, I think that's part of the reason. It's kind of a weird way to think about it, but because the guide's written with this like right will favoritism, it seems like most people just end up doing that or practicing the right will.
Right. So yeah, Shockey jumping out to a 20,000 point lead here as we're about to close out this round. Getting down to about 10 seconds left now. Yeah, Shockey's T-spin factory outputting. Wumbo doing much better this round.
Yeah.
But still trailing.
Not by too much, though.
time.
Like, those back-to-back T-spins can really pile up quickly. And actually, a new best score for Wumbo, for what it's worth. So we'll see if that continues, like, by a large margin. Yeah, I think Wumbo has the right idea, though. Just keep it clean.
Yeah.
And
enjoying Tetris?
Are you enjoying Tetris, Wumbo? Maybe.
I think we're all enjoying Tetris here.
I think you can hit later for that. Just
boom, Tetris for you.
Sake. Don't worry if you're watching Play Studios, Wumbo will maybe get to it. But all right, we can get back to playing. And
all right, okay, we're back on the ready screen. So yeah, Shockey up by 2 now, and this is the third round, and we'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Wumbo set up for that T. Jockey jockeying for a better position on the board to get something started. But yeah, Wumbo well on the way now to cashing in those T-spins.
Yeah, Wumbo it seems to usually have this really smooth start, right? I don't mind that they are taking their time and just kind of like making sure they hit all these T-spins because they are playing a little slower. They need to make sure they hit that efficiency. Whereas Super Shocky here, if they can get it going, it seems like they are playing a bit faster. So
the drop rate is much faster for Shocky.
Just a bit of a difference in play style, I guess. But I think if Wumbo keeps clean, they'll have a chance to take some games if Shocky runs into a misdrop trying to play faster.
But yeah, with that in mind, I mean, they are playing on touchscreens, so that's another thing that's just like I can't it looks like they're playing fast, but that's that's not on a gamepad or a keyboard. That's swiping and tapping.
Yeah, typically Tetris Mobile is more of a casual. If you're playing it on the go, it's more of a casual vibe, right? Whether you're like doing the puzzle mode or just going for a new PB, just between if you're on your work break or wherever it may be. But yeah, thank you to Play Studios for putting together the special build because you know how we are. We like to make everything competitive. But and yeah, the players are nice enough to take their time here. And you know what? I think it's worth noting the players also have a history with this game because of we talked about it earlier on the stream, but
the game show.
The game show that existed, right, with good old Millen Baird, who was the host. Probably had to say both these players' names quite a bit and make up stories about them. It was an interesting fever dream for the Tetris community at the time, where there was this game show and this guy. I don't know if you ever had the chance to play in it, Chris, but they usually came up with like storylines or narratives for these players, right? It was always a treat for us. Yeah.
Okay.
Almost kind of like in a meme fashion. Like they had a lot of fun with it, and how it was presented, it was pretty upbeat and fun. But yeah, Wumbo and Super Shocky took home quite a bit in prizes from those events.
Cool. Well, good to see. It's a still worth having here. 10 seconds left, and Shocky's gonna run away with this one too.
Yeah, and Wumbo isn't playing bad. I think it's just Shocky seems really acclimated to these touchscreen controls in the moment. Maybe training overnight. All right.
That's the Shocky up at 3. I think I'm not sure if we were gonna keep going or if we were gonna have
I think we'll play a few more games. We were talking about possibly doing some fun play settings, but we'll play a few more regular here and then maybe challenge our players to mix it up. I can think of a few ideas here, Chris, but just so that we can get the full time slot in here for our showcase and show the love for Tetris Mobile. But all right, when you guys are ready, we can hop into Game 4. Interesting
Why
question.
does it show like an icon for a Game Boy down there when there's no gamepad and buttons?
We had a question in chat. What is the most intense type of Tetris? Interesting question. I guess probably subjective to some degree. Tetris the Grandmaster is usually a quick answer. Although if you are somebody like me who is into the multiplayer variants, it can get intense when there's competition in the mix, right? So even classic Tetris or trying to play Zone Battle against Sakai Gohan, whoever it may be. There's a lot of intense Tetris out there if you're seeking it. Okay, I think we can do our countdown, though, for our players, Chris.
All right. And we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tetris. Yeah, I mean, every version of Tetris has the potential to be intense. Even the old classic NES version, we never thought it was going to get as crazy as it does now. But sometimes it's the players that, push the game to the point where you don't know how hard it's going to get until you break it.
A little bit of a rocky open here for Shocky, actually. So this might be a chance
for Wumbo to take one.
Exactly. I think Shocky's going to set up. This is called a super T-spin, where you kind of create that square setup, and can chew in 2 teaspoons there, except one of them was broken due to the row not being complete. Oh yeah, invisible Tetris can be intense.
Yeah, the Grandmaster was built for mastery and difficulty, and that's why it was considered to be, a major test of skill, and why it has such a big following even today.
Shockey going for what's called a Trinity setup. There's a name for every setup in Tetris, Chris. I know we have a lot of fun names in classic Tetris as well, but modern also has their own.
Yeah, I remember studying some of these guides like a long time ago for some of the modern rotation systems, like some crazy stuff you wouldn't think would work. And yeah, I guess the names for it would follow suit.
Okay. Wumbo looking pretty clean here.
Yeah, Wumbo looking like waiting for some teas to fill in.
More than halfway. I wonder, Wumbo might have. I guess, you know what? Yeah, so these later levels, you can score more. So if Shockey is able to be more efficient in these later levels, I guess I wasn't really.
You're right. The level would be higher, so whatever line clear you get, whether it be a T-spin or a Tetris, would be worth more.
Oh,
and even
wait,
if you mess up
has
early
that
on.
been Shockey's strategy, I wonder? Because maybe they're going for Tetrises early, and then...
Right.
Oh.
You make T-spins later on, right? And
Yeah,
it's almost
yeah.
like you're catching in the same amount of
I didn't
effort.
think
And
about
in a
that.
timed contest, when you only got 3 minutes to make your lines, that could actually be a valid strategy.
Yeah, Wumbo listening and probably like, oh, that makes sense. So, yeah, I think that's kind of been the strategy is Shockey playing fast at the start, and then when they get to these higher levels, they can go into their bread and butter with these T-spin setups, right? And get a lot of score.
They'll be worth more, yeah. And yeah, again, with like, the doubles being more line efficient, if you make the Tetrises early on, then that's actually pushing your level count up higher than the T-spins would. But if you're making the T-spins early on, you're only making 2 lines at a time, your level's not going to be as high.
Does seem like both players here having a bit of a struggle game, yeah. Kind of lower scores for what they're capable of, or what we saw earlier. But it does happen. Yeah, so interesting. I guess we're kind of learning more about the meta game of this unexplored.
If you have a 3-minute time limit. It does have to do with the time limit, though, because if you were only making, if there's no time limit, then, it was just score, then yeah, you'd only want to make the T-spin doubles. But if you're actually trying to get a higher score within a limited amount of time, then it makes sense to increase your level, then all of your doubles later on are going to be worth more.
Okay.
All right. You gonna do something different yet, or?
I think I kind of want to see one more regular game now after learning that. So
okay, well, we'll see if Wumbo can answer that.
Yeah, we'll do one more normal versus battle, and then I'm gonna throw some prompts at our players and see what they come up with here. I kind of want to see a combo battle for one, because combos tend to be low scoring. So maybe I'll just see if they want to go for as many combos as possible. But we'll do one more regular game, and then yeah. So Wumbo already noting in chat. So Tetris. Then ST stack, so we'll see if they can up their score here. That's what I'm kind of curious about too. But all right, so yeah, when you two are ready, I guess once we were on that, there we go.
All right, here we go. All right, we'll catch it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. 3, 2, 1, go. And interestingly, my experience with competitive Tetris, similar thing happened. So in the Nintendo World Championships, they level you up every 5 lines. And in my city championship, I was having a terrible game. There's like a really bad piece seed that doesn't give you a log bar until like way deep into, like you'll top out if you don't burn. And I got that set on my my last finals game. And thus I had burn. So I was just burning, but I was burning fast. And it was one of the worst games I played. But after I got to like level 5 or 6 or whatever, I started Tetrising. And even though everybody else made more Tetrises than me in total, I won because I leveled up. Like
right.
For making my Tetrises. So seeing that play out here again, like it's Oh, something happened.
That's pretty funny. Shocky had that's a mix up to your game is a low battery notification. So
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, the perils of mobile gaming.
What a mix up. Low battery putting Wumbo into the lead here. And you know, Wumbo picking up on the trying to Tetris to start things off, and then probably gonna transition back into T-spins.
Because yeah, your score efficiency becomes greater if your level is higher and you've got less time. Especially if you are playing a little more slowly and you need to get those T-spin setups going. Yeah, Wumbo doing a lot better this round.
Yeah, and in this last third of the game here, there's a lot of scoring potential with this higher level, so see if it checks out here. Still, though, I think Shocky just, for whatever reason, managing to get more lines cleared still. Hitting level 5. Not by too far, though. Only 4 lines this time around.
Okay, so yeah, now Shocky with the factory opening up. Let's see if this will turn the tide.
Oh, wow. Yeah, these level 5 T-spins are so much more. I'm not sure exactly on the score differential, but...
yeah, it's not like a few hundred like at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The scores are pathetically low at the start.
So these late T-spins from Wumbo might get them their win here against the beast Super Shocky.
Yeah, did we just like completely expose the rule set of this game?
A little bit. Hey, we're learning along the way, and
Yeah.
I think the players are in it as well. So, yeah, new PB there.
Yeah, look at Wumbo's score this time. Yeah, what a difference.
All right, no sweep as Wumbo is now their player avatar is looking more appropriate here as they get that 115,000. GG. Okay, so I'm thinking we can maybe because we're just kind of doing this for fun here, right? Nothing really on the line here, so I kind of want to apply some prompts and see. Unless players want to give that another go after they're picking up on the meta game here, but yeah, I was thinking we can go for a combo heavy game to mix it up. And chat, if you have any ideas, feel free to maybe I'll steal some of your ideas. If you want to see something specific, like go for T-spin triples, perfect clears, whatever it may be. But yeah, let's go for a combo heavy game. I know the scoring in game doesn't really. I guess if you don't go for combos, it might not.
Yeah, in 3 minutes, do whatever you can.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way of track how many biggest combo there is. I mean, I'll do my best, I guess, to track of that.
I think this might highlight a skill set of Wumbo as well, as they are a very strong 4-wide player, so it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, like I know of 4-wide from the memes, and I guess it's time to meme. So let's get this started.
It is meme time. All right, I think we're ready,
let's
Chris.
go. Ready, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tris. And yeah, I'll try to maybe I'll open Notepad and write down like the highest combo for each round.
Okay, so Shocky going with a side 4-wide and Wumbo going with that center 4-wide. So side 4-wide, I guess a little more freestyly in terms of stack. And yeah, it looks like Super Shocky clearing one line just to kind of fix their board parity a little bit and even out their stack on the right so that they can be ready for a big combo. Oh no, a bit of a misdrop. That is one thing when you go for these combos, especially in like multiplayer, right? Well, actually, Wumbo with a pretty easy fix here. If anyone can fix a 4-wide quickly, it would be Wumbo, so... All right, there we go.
3, 4. Is there a combo counter?
I don't think
There's
so.
no counter. 6, 7, 8. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. Okay, well there's a nice.
Pretty big.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
It wasn't broken. Oh no!
Perfect
Shocky
clear.
topping out, being too greedy on the combo. That means Wumbo. We didn't even get to see Shocky's 4 wide. They're going for the biggest combo ever. And topped out to the ceiling. That's pretty funny. GG. I guess Wumbo can show us another 4 wide here.
Mullen the 4 wide, yeah.
See if I guess yeah, you gotta be really careful with this. Oh, Wumbo also topping out. You can't stack above the board here, throwing him off. So still the victor. If you want to have another combo battle, you can. And also, yeah, it goes to show that Shocky having a meme ready there to share with us. That's next level. But okay. We can do one more combo battle if you guys want. I think we were just getting warmed up.
Yeah, let's see what Shocky can do with that left side 4 wide. At least, yeah, just a combo exhibition. Let's just call it that.
With yeah, so there's no score bonus, so it's actually it's almost like a min out score in a way, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, just score, not a combo exhibition. That's all this will be. So, well, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, this game's not really built for that sort of thing, but it's this sort of thing that maybe if they're gonna make some updates to it or whatever, they can add the combo counter or some functionality in for that.
Yeah, I think that's been discussed a little bit. I think there's like a fine line there because if combos are too strong, it might not be what players want to see, right? But
yeah. Well, also this is a special competitive build, so they don't know this stuff until they actually test it, and this is like like the first time people are trying to play it like this. So
yeah,
no, right?
Ooh, really clean side 4 wide there from Wumbo. It looks like so Shocky kind of doing the math here. There's only 3 next pieces. Some games will offer 4, right? So
yeah,
you can get a little bit of a future read.
And yeah, I guess that plays a lot into it because you get a guaranteed combo of a certain length, or you have to dump a piece.
Yeah, I guess part of me asking the players to play combos because it can be satisfying to watch too when you get that that perfect execution. Okay, Wumbo looking for a big one here. Ooh, getting that Z spin solve.
Yeah, I was wondering how hard spins are to get on mobile because of the swiping, and I heard you had to drag it or something or hold your finger. And then does that mean like while you're holding it with one finger, you tap with your other finger? I don't know.
It seems like they're getting a little faster though as the stream goes on, as they get acclimated to the touch controls. Yeah.
I mean, the saddest part of this to me is that if you have to play on a touchscreen, like Tetris was like the very first, like one of the very first games you'd even play on a dumb phone. Back when they used to have the 4-way control key with a little button in the middle.
Yeah.
And now you can't do that.
I don't know why I've never heard the term dumb phone, but it sounds so funny to me in comparison to smartphone. Yes.
Right. But yeah, like phones used to have, 10 buttons and the square with a button in the middle. You had a D-pad and a button.
Right.
And Tetris was perfectly playable on that with physical controls.
Yeah, I certainly had Tetris on there and played it quite a bit.
All sorts of, random carriers would have their version of it, and it worked just fine. So do you know, to this day, I still only buy phones with physical keyboards.
Really? I like that. I respect that.
Yep. I still have I was rocking a BlackBerry Priv until, and now I have something called a Unihertz Titan Slim, which is, the only currently produced, modern Android keyboard phone. But I love it, and I hope they make Tetris Mobile work with something like that.
All right, so Wumbo taking home the games here with the combo format. Somewhat to be expected. Shocky can obviously set up for him too, but becoming the little favored there. Maybe we can mix it up. Something that's always fun to watch and might be tricky here on Tetris Mobile is going for perfect clears. If you guys want to try to prioritize perfect clears to start, that could be fun to watch. And yeah,
Alright.
there's like some unique setups to open for perfect clears, and we'll see what each player opts for here.
Yeah, we
But-
haven't seen one yet, so we'll see how mobile rewards the player visually.
That's a good point. Yeah, it could be a cheat code here. Who knows?
All right.
But yeah, once you two are on the ready screen, we'll give it a go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Perfect clear, go. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, is Shocky ready? Maybe a late start
Shock,
from
you
Shark.
just start whenever you're ready.
Either that or maybe they're having screen share issues. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think Wumbo's
Okay, yeah,
restarting.
Wumbo's rethinking. Yeah, just go ahead and start Wumbo. It looks like the thing's loading. Oh, connection
Oh, they had a
lost.
connection issue. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, once you get back in here, Shocky, you can. Oh, they just paused. Okay, that works.
Does it require like an internet connection to even engage with it? I guess.
It should. Well, it definitely do engage with us, right?
Oh, right, to
see.
stream, right? But it seemed like the game had a problem connecting to the game. I mean, our stream was fine.
Let me hide this for a moment while I tinker. But yeah, I think Shocky having
Oh
some
wow,
streaming.
Tetris so intense that it'll overheat.
Your phone overheating. Wow. Okay.
Now that's an intense.
Well, if that's the case, we can call it there if your phone needs a little break, Shocky. Chris, are you there? Let's see. May have lost Chris too. I think Chris is. Oh, there we go. I think I hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay. I was just gonna start typing into Discord if you couldn't hear me. More
Yeah.
Tetris handle.
So I don't think is. Let's see. I need to fix my setup here. Yeah, it looks like Shocky. We'll give Shocky the pass there. That means Wumbo wins by default and ties it up 4-4. We'll never have a champion of the Tetris Mobile Showcase, but no, I'm kidding. Thank you, Wumbo and Shocky for showing off the game tonight. That was pretty fun. So got some combo matches in there.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool that they made like special version for this. So 3-minute. Oh, look, perfect clear is about to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, are we still showing it? Can you put that
Yeah,
on screen?
let me get Wumbo up here. Oh no.
Oh no, you're gonna miss it. Oh, he's gonna pop it up. I think you can do that like 15 times or something. All right, Austin, you're on the clock now.
Yeah, I am on the clock. I might just need to. Here, let's do this.
Oh well, he's oh well. Wumbo wasn't able to maintain that setup in the lockdown.
Sure, I'll have it up in just a moment. It's because it's just one person streaming now, it has it all mixed up here, but
But yeah, Wumbo had a perfect clear setup and was using the lockdown juggle, rotating the piece to keep it from locking down, and it went and locked down. It wasn't 15 times, so I don't know if maybe the rotation system is different on this version. Also, it might not be that easy to rotate the piece on a touchscreen. Oh, here we go.
yeah, I think we should be up now.
Okay, so we'll finally see a perfect clear in this. What? Hey, why'd you do that? Oh no. What happened?
Is Wumbo trying to get another by default win here for the tiebreaker?
I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I think there's a piece. Was there a piece either? Oh, I might have misread it.
There was a perfect clear setup, and somehow it spun at the last moment. I mean, it might have been a touchscreen issue. Or
Oh,
something.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, perfect clears tend to be a little more advanced when it comes to rotation, so I could see there being more.
Oh,
there we go.
All clear. They don't even call it. They call it an all clear on this version.
Yeah, I
so
think
that's
I think it's also maybe a game of telephone because a lot of people say perfect clear, but it's actually called all clear in TEC as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I've never actually seen
because people
that.
call it both, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. I like how Wumbo's continuing to play here. We're all for it.
Are there different versions that call it something different? Like, does it actually show it on the screen?
You know what? That is a good question.
Yeah.
But I think all clear is the
Official terminology.
official terminology. But community,
okay.
like we have words for everything. If somebody says
Right.
perfect clear, if a commentator says it, everyone's going to say it, right? So it may have just been a game of telephone over the
Wumbo's
years.
really good at setting these up because like this is like an all clear factory.
Yeah, those back-to-back all clear. It can be really hard. So the first bag, it's kind of tricky. The first and third bag and fifth bag, you can kind of use the same PC opener, but on those in-between ones, you have to be a little more creative or understand different setups available.
Shocky just said that Puyo Puyo Tetris calls it perfect clear, so it is an official terminology in some
okay.
games. Because I could have sworn that it was called that in something, I just didn't know which exactly.
I wonder why that is.
And Tetris Friends called it perfect clear too, and Tetris Friends is always source of truth. Yeah, I mean, when people talk about casual Tetris, everybody remembers Tetris Friends. It was like the Club Penguin of Tetris.
Shout out to Flash Player, which I think is completely obsolete now, right?
Yeah, I think browsers actually had to take it out or something just because security holes or something. Yeah.
Wumbo tried to go for iSpin there, and I think messed up. Yeah. So one thing you can do when you're going for perfect clears is kind of like set up the next one over it. Ooh. Oh, interesting fix attempt. So they're going to show a J-spin here. There we go. I guess if you do a T-spin single and a T-spin double.
This is a good overall just showcasing cool stuff with and the fact that you can do this on a mobile phone on a touchscreen is another layer of Tetris skill here on display that you don't normally get to see. And since people don't broadcast this game, like you're not gonna be randomly looking at Tetris on Twitch and have someone streaming this. So this is quite a treat. The Tetris Block Party, ending with a beautiful display of unorthodox skill like you've never seen.
I do like the unorthodox variants of the game, right?
Yeah. This is it's rare. People don't do this. This is not your ordinary Tetris.
Yeah. So shout out to Play Studios for putting together this demo build for us, or demonstration build, I guess, or better word for it, exhibition build. And
yeah, we'll hopefully have more of these in the future. I mean, Block Party is just the beginning, and
time was up before that final perfect clear. Shocky, should I give Wumbo the extra point by default? No, I'm just kidding. But otherwise, we'll have some unsettled beef for our next Tetris Mobile Showcase if these players want to participate. But thank you, Super Shocky and Wumbo, for making it out here. And
Tetris superstars for modern Tetris, like you know them, you love them, and it's great that we had headliners for the Block Party.
So that is our final Tetris Block Party night. Thank you for everyone that has tuned in the last 3 Fridays now. And let me turn my music up. It's a bit quiet from that showcase there. So and we're gonna kick it off with a final Big Bang tournament tomorrow with the Tetris Effect Connected Zone Battle, featuring some big names in there. We got Uya Choda, Sake Gohan, OSW, Jaden, probably some last minute registrants from like Dormy signed up at the last second for our Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament, for example, last weekend, and they're super strong.
Nice.
Fashionably late players will most likely be making it out. A bunch of Japanese.
Yeah, not everybody knows what they're doing on a Saturday night, so so we got those entries in them whenever they need to get in by.
And then it's also been cool to see for our tournaments, we have a bunch of new players to competitive Tetris. So I saw TiVo, as our most recent chatter, has been playing in these tournaments. And yeah, thank you everyone that has been participating. Hopefully you've been enjoying the more like casual brackets as well, the silver and gold brackets. But
do you have any more giveaways? I think we also need to mention Facer again. Facer with smart watch promotion for Tetris. With the Tetris-themed skins. The coupon code is Tetris40th, and I guess there's a Twitch link, but otherwise at Facer.io you can cash that in and get a year of Facer Premium for free, which will allow you to put the Tetris face on your smartwatch, along with a lot of other franchises. I think I saw Starfield and a few other popular games up there for the different faces that they had.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not a smartwatch user, so it's hard for us to really understand how cool these might look in person. But hey, if I come to,
I saw the website, and they look pretty cool. Like, even the fact that they got the Game Boy Color tone on your smartwatch, that's pretty cool. That's a statement. If someone sees that glow from a mile away, they're like, hey, you're a retro gamer. You're cool. So definitely reasons to have some of those cool faces on your smartwatch.
And yeah, if you're at a community event in the coming weeks, I know I'll be helping organize a CTWC regional event next weekend. If you have a smartwatch, show me that Facer, that Tetris face, and I'll be happy knowing that you got it for free if you use that coupon code. So
yeah, and yeah, I think it's limited to a certain number, so it's like first come first serve. So hopefully, if you get it in time, then yeah, you'll be one of the few to have that 1 year of Facer for free.
For sure. So let's do a drawing for a code of Tetris Effect Connected. If you typed it already, type it again because Nightbot can be weird.
Block Party.
Yeah, so let's get all the block parties in chat. If you're looking to grab a free code of Tetris Effect Connected on the platform of your choice. And if you already own it, you can share it with a friend or your community. Yeah, so let's see the block party in the chat, and I'll do a drawing here in about 10 seconds. Last call.
It really works.
Okay, let's do it. Who is it going to be? We got Super Shocky.
Oh my god.
Rigged a little bit. Well, Super
With
Shocky
prize.
volunteered to show up tonight, so I think that's a fitting consolation prize after losing by default to Wumbo. So, Super Shocky, you are our winner. I definitely know Super Shocky has a copy, as they have dominated Trifecta tournaments on their Switch. But hey, if you don't have it on PC, or if you have some friends that are looking to get into it.
Yeah, no better than for Pro to know who would best benefit from that code.
Exactly.
So, in good hands, yeah.
And I know Super Shocky's in some other Tetris communities, so might share the love, whether it's a Tetris.com Discord we were talking about earlier, or whatnot. And bring all the players together and invigorate this ecosystem of Tetris. So,
and yeah, there's also, if you didn't win a code yet, I mean, there's also tomorrow's Block Party finale. So there's more giveaways to be had.
Also, I do want to announce we have a even special, ultra special giveaway tomorrow for a signed copy of Tetris Effect Connected physical PS5 or Xbox from signed by Alexi and Hank. Sealed copy. So
wow,
a bit of a spoiler here, but we will be sharing that news tomorrow, and hopefully players will be entering that giveaway. Only one will win. So
wow, that's amazing. No, that you definitely want to stay tuned for that one. So I was at SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, and I bought a copy of Tetris Effect Connected on PS4 from the dealer hall, and I got back to the room, Hank and Alexi were gone.
Oh,
so
really? Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't get my. I got something else signed by them,
was pretty
but
long for that, too.
Yeah, yeah, that was so. Yeah, your chance to get an Alexi and Hank signature. That's a lifetime, once in a lifetime chance. So yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's giveaway.
Yeah, and they look pretty cool. They're actually sitting right next to me. I don't have the camera set up for this party night scene, but yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that on stream quite a bit tomorrow, so be sure to tune in. We'll be streaming the Zone Battle Grand Masters tournament, and if you want to play in that tournament, be sure to register. I'll drop that link one more time. So it is start.gg/Tetris. I'll drop it in YouTube as well if you are looking to get a code. All right, Chris. So thank you again for joining me for tonight's party
thanks
night.
for having me again, and it's been a great block party. Like I said, I hope this isn't the last one. I hope this is just the beginning, and showing all forms of Tetris, whether it's mobile, .com, console, so many different flavors, so many different ways to play it and ways to appreciate our love for the game. And thanks to the Tetris Company again for holding this and having us put this party on.
Absolutely. And there's my high scores there on the Tetris.com. Go to Tetris.com/block party. Share your scores with us. Let me know if you kick my butt. I think I set a pretty good bar there with that 1 mil score.
Yeah,
though,
that's good. And you made it to level 29, so that's level 29 and a 1 max out score.
Yeah. I'm going to go for level 30. But yes, tomorrow is Zone Battle Day. So be sure to register. You can register for until 2 hours before the tournament starts. There's 2 time slots depending on where you live in the world. And looking forward to that. So
I saw one of the comments in the chat. I just want to answer. Dias asks, modern Tetris Worlds, please. So I was actually working at the Tetris Company, and I was a developer on Tetris Worlds. And I will say that I believe that Tetris Effect is actually the true vision of what Tetris Worlds is supposed to be. Because when I talked to Hank about it and what he wanted for the game and what the game to represent, when I see Tetris Effect, that's the game that he wanted to make. But we just couldn't do it back then, and there were a lot of technical challenges. And we might not have like the modes like Cascade and some of the other stuff in there, but I think they really did a good job with Tetris Effect Connected. The whole thing is the spirit of what Tetris Worlds was. And when I play it, as being a staff member on Tetris Worlds, like that's what I feel when I play it. It's all connected.
There we go. I got one piece placed.
Square Tetris. I remember that.
Yes. So also, Tetris Worlds had some pretty fun cutscenes. I can actually recall. My mind's eye has a pretty funny visualization of the cutscenes in Tetris Worlds with like the
the Tetris planets and things that it had an interesting storyline. You know, Minos were like beings from in outer space or whatever. But
yeah. Good times. But okay, that's going to be it for today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And yes, Tetris Effect Connected Zone Battle.
Us, and tune in tomorrow. Boom, Tetris for you.